this was around 1:30 today, and 27th of July. Now I was told by a Laszlo, one other researcher, UFO researcher, to just hop outside between 1 and 3 or 11 and 3 and just use infrared on the Sony. Now, here we go. I was just, there it is, accidentally zooming around the strange shaped clouds, and I saw these three, let's take it, there it is. That's where I saw these three orbs around here, 3 and 2 down the bottom. And I've actually zoomed in on the photos later. They seem to fly in some sort of formation. I then took the camera off and looked elsewhere if there's anything else happening. There was one flying very quickly through there as well. So it's very unusual that I should catch this, and the clouds looked very bizarre. The actual shape, if you look at the clouds there, they just didn't seem like normal clouds would look. So it seems like it's some sort of electromagnetic field or radiation just made these very strange shapes that you're seeing there. And that's why I knew this is time to actually focus in. Now I'll quickly return to 9 minutes 20. And if I just rewind it and pause at the precise spots, and here we go. There they are. So there's 3 there that I've zoomed in on the screen, 1 there, and they seem to fly in a triangle formation right there. Then they become in one line. There's 2 down underneath. That's it. So these are the things I'm actually zooming in on. Now, if I don't touch it, it enlarges now. So I'll see if I can just get it a fraction forward again. Right now. So it's the first time I've seen this, and it's like very bizarre and peculiar. There's one very bright one underneath and 3 on there. I'll take down the volume. That's the street sound. Now I'll try to zoom in when they actually when I capture them first time. There we go. There's 3. They're very clear there. 3 again. And this is where they then spread out and they form that straight line effect. Now if I just catch it at that precise moment, the images are very, very interesting because that's it right there. Now I'll then process the pictures. That's an excellent shot right there. Excellent shot. Now I've previously tried this infrared on the very high flying chemtrails that usually crisscross the sky. The strange thing is I can't get any detail, so they always seem to be blurring or changing shape or strange effects, which are very unusual for a plane, especially these ones. I'll just enlarge a picture. Now if you actually watch this I normally try to catch if there's any orbs flying. It's very unusual. You just can't get any specific shape to it, to the wings or anything. This is the only plane that I can't get a definite shape on. And every time I use infrared on it, the same thing happens. It just does not seem to be there. It seems to change shape. All the other planes come out pretty normal. Now I'll try to fast forward it on 9 minutes 35 seconds, and that's when we start to focus in on the clouds and the orbs. So this is the first cloud today, and I was actually zooming in, and they were very peculiar shapes. Now I'll actually press it on fast forward now. So that's not working. That was a bird flying over. I was just testing infrared to see if there's anything special. And we should see the effects coming in about 9 minutes 15 seconds, and that's when I press the record. That's where we start to see obviously what we're looking at. And I thought that's unusual. It was very hard to actually zoom in first, so I thought it could be just an accidental aberration or something like that. Now the orb underneath is a very bright one, and that was unusual. It was extremely bright, and it seemed to displace. If I enlarge the zoom pictures, it shows the area around is displaced. So that's the orb down there. Those three as well had the same type of a pattern happening. So I'm trying to use auto focus. I'm using a Sony. It's got a Carl Zeiss lens on it. It's a 40 optic zoom, and one very good part was right there. It just focusing on it quickly, and you have to pause at the precise spot right there. There it is again. Now at 9:56, I seem to record something happening. There's an object that I think flies over. That's it there. So I actually zoom in on that. That's it there still. And that's it there. And that was unusual because it was actually moving quite quick. So there it is there. And there it goes. And the clouds are very unusual too. That's about it. I'll analyze the pictures now. These are the zoom enlargements. I'll have to do some editing on this one in the photo gallery. They're a little bit faint. So some of the pictures, if I just do editing, it helps, especially these ones. They're very low. So this is a snap of those three orbs flying in a triangle formation. If I just fiddle around with the screen on there, I can get probably a little bit of, that's it, it's worth it. In these situations, it becomes worth it. And you can actually see the individual, each orb is like a cloud on its own. It's got these strange processes, and the clouds also looked very peculiar. So that's why the whole cloud formations and everything looked very peculiar. Here are those orbs there. That's a very bright one. There's a very bright one down there. That one there. And there's a black object that kept hanging around as well. Now I'm just going to try to see if I can sharpen the detail, but I've caught that object twice. I can't work out what it is, but it's there. It's a black object that floats around near the orbs. It sounds bizarre. Here we go again. And as we enlarge it, we see the individual structures of those orbs. It was just fascinating. They were it was a group of three of them, and they were very close together, and it just didn't make sense what was happening. It was just great to catch on infrared, and that's why I was very surprised to capture this sort of stuff. That's it there. Now this is that single orb down the bottom of the three. Now if I just play around with the histogram enough without losing it, you'll see the black area around it. It's like a halo or magnetic field type effect. So that's what that looks like. Very bizarre. That's a closer look. Now, those images there, that's actually enlargement on the pixels on my computer laptop, so that's why you'll see that sort of. That's very good. It shows that the black area around all of them. Fascinating. I think I can press detail on that one as well. It helps sometimes, and I think this is one of those times I have to use it. There it is. That's great. That's fantastic. There's that single one. It was very bright. Very bright. It's actually a lot brighter than 3 on top. Now if I play around just enough, I can show the area around it. Looks hollow around it. Translucent. There we go. That's perfect. I could adjust the detail. That might help as well. Sharpen it. We'll see if that works. Perfect. That has to be some sort of energy. Look at it. It's very bright. It's only on infrared as well. So if you actually probably looked up, I'm not sure if you would have seen this that well with the naked eye. So this was infrared, 850, a nanometer infrared filter, IR filter. There it is again. Here are the three together. Now this one is a classic because you just see that black faint object down the bottom right there, and each of these has its own sort of structure. I haven't ever seen this before. Look at that. That's fantastic. Each has its own individual structure. There's that black object again. I'll see if I press detail what might happen. This is a great picture to analyze. Could work. There it is there. Why it's happening, I don't know, but it has brought it out very well. There are two orbs with that object down the bottom, so I'm trying to highlight that very grey black object. It's very translucent, it's very hard to capture it. I could be lucky. Extremely hard to capture this. There it is. I'm not sure what to make out of it though, that's the only problem. Here they are again, three of them. I think I've seen enough now, so that I think it's the same type of picture. That's a good one. That shows it three orbs. They're the same sort of pictures, so I won't do much there. and that's it.